Okay, so the next part that we're going to put in is the capture card. And we're going to try out the 4K 60 Pro from Elgato. So let's unbox this baby. We'll get out the Dragon for this one. Alright, any other tape? No, I don't think so. Oh, nice packaging and presentation. Got the low profile bracket in here. What is this? That's just to protect it, I guess. Alright, cool. Let's take this book. What's on the bottom here? Oh, give you an HDMI cable. Got a little bit of a gold tint on it, so maybe it's slightly gold plated. I don't fucking know. High speed HDMI cable with Ethernet. So this looks like the same cheap ass cables that you can get anywhere, or they come with like 1080p systems. I don't know. Sometimes these work better than the fancy ones. Anything else in here? No prizes for me? No golden ticket? That sucks. What's this gonna tell us? Safety instructions? I don't care about safety. Alright, let's see what we got here. Wow, this one has a hell of a lot more going on in the back PCB here. So for comparison here, we got the 1080p HD 60 Pro, and we got the 4K 60 Pro over here for, obviously 4K. Yeah, heck of a lot more going on the back. Same format, pretty much. Does require a ×4 instead of a ×2 for the PCI slot. Interesting. It feels lighter, oddly enough. Maybe not. Maybe my left hand's just stronger. Alright, so there we go. And now we'll install in the system, so we'll be right back. Okay, so this is probably the simplest part of the build, as long as there's not anything obstructing us here. Alright, so you're going to usually have multiple PCI slots on your motherboard. You got to look at the motherboard manual, because in some cases plugging in a secondary device, whether it be this or another GPU or sound card or whatever, depending on what slot you plug it in, could slow down the main slot that you have your GPU in. And maybe there's like an argument, well, it doesn't need all those lanes or all the bandwidth because it's a 1080 or it's a 2070 or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I want my GPU to run with the most lanes and bandwidth that it can get. So I will read the manual to make sure that I'm not like bumping it down to a ×8 instead of the full 16. So apparently on a lot of boards, obviously, but on this one it's saying that if I put something in this second slot here, this one just turns into a ×8 and this one's a ×8. Now obviously this one only uses the 4 lanes of that 8, but if it's something that is built in that it will do, it doesn't matter that this is only using 4. It's still going to cut this one down in a lot of cases, so I don't want to risk it being a performance detriment. So I'm just going to put on the bottom one that there was no warnings of that in the manual. So this seems like the safest bet. and you just want to line it up so that you don't crack the PCB, hopefully. Okay, then you'll get one of your motherboard thumb screws, put that up here. I can get it to go in place, just like that. But what I like to do is, if I'm going to have multiple things plugged in to the motherboard, let's say I had a sound card plus the capture card, maybe some extra other devices on here or whatever, I would leave those off for the first boot up and like Windows install and all of that. And just the necessary things, get all that stuff installed, get all the drivers up to date, get the motherboard drivers up to date, everything first. And then on the first full shutdown and unplug, then install one at a time each peripheral device. And it's like an abundance of caution, but it just, a lot of times that's worked out better for me than the times that I've tried to plug everything all at once, boot it up, and then it's trying to install everything. I've had some things that conflicted and had issues that didn't have those issues if I went in sequence, you know. Takes a little bit more time, but it's worked out better for me. So there you go, you could try that. Next thing, I guess, would be the SSD. I think I'm going to use the 8 terabyte on this system, rather than, yeah, the 8 terabyte will be on this one, because this one will be recording and stuff like that, so I'll hopefully have plenty of space to shuttle all those recordings over to that hard drive. So another unboxing coming up. I'll be right back.